could lead to a lifetime behind bars. That's the warning from a Nottinghamshire youth worker who says more needs to be done to stop young people becoming caught up in knife crime. It comes after a city centre stabbing in the early hours of yesterday morning.
Today, Clumber Street was packed with sale shoppers, but in the early hours of yesterday morning, it was a crime scene. Police were called at around 3:30 after a man suffered a stab wound and was taken to the QMC. He's since been released from hospital, but the incident sparked fears about knife use in the city, and Marcellus Baz works with young people to stop them getting involved with knife crime. As a former gang member, he's been stabbed several times and says knife culture among youths is still a huge problem in Nottingham.
It's very easy to get sucked in. I mean, you know, people probably don't know what the consequences are of carrying a knife and using a knife. They don't know how it will affect people and how it can damage people, and not just the people that you're stabbing, but the people that they're living with, you know, the people that are looking after them, you know, the people that have to live with them, you know, carrying that hurt and trauma around with them for the rest of their lives, as well as, you know, physical disabilities and potentially, you know, losing their life. It's very easy for that to happen.
Groups like the ones Marcellus works with are trying to educate young people as a Nottinghamshire police. Speaking to this programme in September, officers insisted they're working hard to try and tackle the issues.
What we are doing is getting, through our analysis, getting a greater understanding of the knife crime picture in our city, to then start to look at how do we combat some of those issues that arise from knife crime. We are also working with Nottingham Trent University and the A&E department at the Queen's Medical Centre to understand what the issues are affecting not only Nottinghamshire Police, but also what our partner agencies are dealing with.
Marcellus says young people often carry knives for status and don't even intend to use them, but a rush of blood to the head could lead to devastating consequences.
I mean, young people will carry knives for kudos, they will carry knives for protection, and, you know, a lot of young people may never want to use a knife, but if they've got a knife and they're in an altercation, it's very easy to use it, and, you know, it can end in prison or in the graveyard.
Various organisations are working hard to move young people away from knife culture, but more needs to be done, according to Marcellus. 3 men aged 17, 19 and 20 have been arrested on suspicion of GBH. All 3 appeared at Nottingham Magistrates Court this morning and will return to Crown Court in January. 1 has been released on conditional bail, while 2 remain behind bars. Christian Hugill, Notts TV News.
Let's have